All right, so I just wanted to ask a quick question about the first movie because I know I had watched several readings on the movie, or at least I kind of skimmed through them. And it seemed like everybody who I ran into anyway, not to say I was watching like a bunch of them, but like I said, the ones that I did run into, they seem to all kind of have the same theme going. And what I mean by that is they all seem to kind of talk negatively of the movie. I know they did have some family drama and stuff like that behind the scenes. So there's that. But a couple people also brought up how they felt like Michael didn't care for the thing. Again, I feel like that could be understandable because it could be like, okay, this is not really telling the whole story or whatever. But I sometimes wonder, I have wondered if it was more directed towards some other elements than just this movie itself. But I'm gonna see what comes out as far as why these readings seem to be this way. Let me try to get some I might burn some sage. All right, just a minute, y'all. Kind of cleanse my decks. Thank you for spiritual protection. Spray a little bit of Florida water. All right, y'all. So I think that's a good angle. All right, so what is up with this? Like, why were we getting such a funny style energy in regards to the movie? Okay, so we have never ending story, but in reverse, building blocks reverse. Okay, fake friends. We have soulmates, second chance. So yeah, and where we at now? So we got twin flame at the bottom. Hmm. All right, what else? We have envy watching, truth revealed, and blocked. New chapter reverse. All right, so when it comes to block, delete, I know they had some stuff they had to take out for legal reasons, but also I did hear that they removed the scenes with Diana Ross as well. But here I'm seeing a ring, guys. So, I mean, this could just be relationship too, but there is a ring. All right, so fake friends, envy. What's this all about? All right, we have the star, the letter reverse, the sun reverse, the book, the bear, and the house in reverse, the goddess. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I feel like I'm picking up that the real tension around this movie is unknown. Meaning, I think this has to do with Lisa Marie, more specifically her mom. The mama in that case, I think she tried to get her out of that movie because they were going to do that movie up until 96 at first. I do know that for a fact, at least until 96, because when they showed Jafar, I saw in one of these little clips, they showed Jafar, he had like a wall literally that he had done from Michael's birth all the way up until 96. And he had like all of these different events, he had different notes, he had pictures up. It was some wall inside of that family house. I think they call it Havenhurst. And for whatever reason that it stopped at 96, I think that was how the original movie was supposed to go. If the movie stopped in 96, you would end that probably right there when he got divorced. But you would have to, if you're not going to talk about the cases that they have blocked out, you would have to put that relationship in there. Unless they were just going to make it about the music. But like I said, past a certain point, Joe's out. They've already pretty much put Joe out of the picture by 88 as they're showing him going into the bad tour. So I couldn't imagine if they was going to do up until 96 from the Jump Street that she wouldn't have been a part of the movie. But I think the mama raised a scene. I feel like I picked up on that before, but a couple other things make me think this too. Because the bear is usually like an overbearing character, very protective of its cubs, very financially savvy, very into the money. They want to, make sure they're making a good investment, stuff like that. This card mentions they can talk about rage, so this could be a nasty individual. Plus, you have this book here. Lisa was writing a book before she died, before she passed away. Um, and then with the sun reverse, the letter reverse, I think some things have not been revealed regarding whatever legal stuff was going on at the time of Lisa's passing. Because I did hear that there was some type of money being exchanged or something like that, that the mama was going to be written out of, but Lisa so happened to pass away. The star card too, although this is not the traditional tarot deck, um, the star would have normally been Aquarius, which Lisa was an Aquarius. So I just have a couple reasons for believing that. I'm gonna go to the romance deck to see if I'm picking up on this. House reverse, like I said, is some type of domestic issue. Yeah, worth waiting for, divine timing. Passion. You deserve love. New love. Yeah, for this passion card to come out, again, I do feel like it has something to do with that relationship, that marriage, because this movie as it stands now, like if you look at the finished product now, why else is passion coming out? That the movie was most the way that it ended up being, it was mostly about Michael and Joe. But what it would have originally been, I think this would have been included somehow. And that was where the real negativity was coming from. That's what I think. That's why I think people kept picking up all this negative, fucked up energy. Look, you have the Queen of Wands. I have something like, yeah, Eight of Swords, Two of Wands, Ace of Swords, the Devil, Three of Cups reverse. I gotta find that other card that just like flew out. Let me see. Seven of Coins reverse. Seven of Wands. And the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. You even got the Devil showing up here. But there's some truth to what I'm saying here because this Ace of Swords is coming out. Seven of Wands is defensive. Like you got this is a fight. Especially with the Eight of Swords too. It's like a mental prison, like it's a headache. Bad investment though, waste of time. Definitely not trying to cooperate, be a team player, or partake in celebration. Yeah, then you got the Hangman underneath. All right, let's get some more. I get that whatever scenes they had with whoever they was gonna have as her actress had to be cut out. Yeah, CEO energy. Yeah, new chapter in the reverse. Level up and self-care. Influencer status. So yeah, that's maybe why I kept on hearing all this crazy kind of, and it never, that's the part that seems so weird to me because even readers that typically I found to be pretty accurate about other things, it just seemed as though nobody could pick up on the success of this movie. At least the people that I was running into, and I just felt like I'm like, what is that? There's some underlying energy that didn't sound like it was really being described properly. Like I said, I know it could be other things as well, but I feel like this was there and people they didn't have the context for it. But like the energy itself was there, if that makes sense. Yeah, the cross, the coffin, the stork, and the ring. Yeah. And I mean, what wife is deceased? You see what I'm saying? The one holding this burden. Yeah, you got the whip. This is conflict, abusive situations, all of that. But yeah, who was he married to that's already deceased and was burdened? And this ring came out, I think at the beginning. No, yeah, it was at the bottom of the deck at the beginning. But we also saw a passion come out. And like I said, what else in that movie was about any of that? We're talking about stuff that was cut out. Like I said, I do know that for a fact that Diana Ross cut herself out of it. I do know that. So that's a possibility as well. But I feel as though I'm picking up more about this potential of Lisa's mom being the issue, allegedly. And it's just not being advertised. Okay, so what's up with this now? I mean, what's up with this now? Because the movie opened, made a rack, 4 coins, mother of coins, 4 of cups, and the wheel. Now we got the ace of coins at the bottom, ace of pentacles. I don't know, I almost get the impression that things may have changed, in particular with the wheel, but okay. Let me see what comes out. Safe space, real ones, karmic lesson, catfish, and power couple. Breadcrumbs reverse. Well, this catfish, a reality check came in. Energy vampire, situational single, love bomb in the reverse, and main character energy. I don't know, I'm also getting this green flags too. Safe to lean in. I don't know, I just get the impression that she might be looking at the money. Similar to how allegedly the money might have been considered when the plug was pulled. All right, we'll see though. What else? Okay, building blocks reverse. Message in a bottle. And the truth be told. Come to the edge reverse. All right, I'm gonna look at that building blocks reverse. All right, just a minute. Let me get this up. It says the protection message is now it's time to address the cracks in the foundations of your life. Perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Didn't I say change? Like there was maybe a change of opinion looking at this money. Or perhaps you choose to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement you have entered into is not right for you. Remove the rotten piece and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You will be so happy when you do so. Spirit has spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. So let's think. The new message in the bottle here might open the doors for the story to get told. Next movie, if that. The clover reversed. The tower. And crossroads. The heart. I don't know. This could also be indication that people aren't moved by the same old, same old. As far as what they tried to pull on as like distraction or allegation or whatever. Like there's a crossroad to that now. Like this is not bringing um the luck that it used to for these people that try to detract. All right, so we have the tree, you have the ankh, you have the rider, the god, This could also be the death, and also because the Ankh is spiritual. Could be health problems, the crossroads. Like I said, there were even this tower, like I said, can talk about legal issues. There were some legal issues around the time of the death. I think that some of that's still ongoing, actually, allegedly. And then you have again, this didn't bring the good luck. And something, what was quick about this? Why is the writer here? What message are we talking about? Yeah, the fish and the heart. I don't. This might even the fish in this case could even be support. It could be support for the movie. The financial health and long term potential. Abundance. That could have been what came in quickly too, because the movie got up to a certain amount of money quickly. So you could have had all this going on in the background with the daughter passing, the plug being pulled, legal problems, all of that, and then the real bag was the quickest bag would have been the movie itself, which she might have caused problems allegedly. All right, so let's see. Anything else? All right, we have the influencer, we have secret crush, social media mask, red flags. Hmm. Yeah, I was also picking up on something around the time of when the movie came out. They were trying to pull up some new gossip, but it was coming out of a particular place. The country that it was coming out of is the same country that the director for the Elvis movie is from. He also had another movie. I didn't even know this was the case. I found this out through Chat GPT or one of the AIs, but they also came out with a documentary or something like that that went into IMAX earlier this year. With some Elvis footage, and I guess they made a couple dollars or something, but it kind of came and went. And I wonder if this director was behind the scenes trying to plan or assist him with planning something in the country that he's from, because a lot of places like that, their media um is heavily influenced by America, but also because these are smaller markets, you would have more influence as a bigwig if you have some exposure elsewhere. Almost like a big fish in a small pond. So this guy, if he had directed an Elvis movie and whatever else he's done, he could talk to somebody over there and say, hey, we dropping this dime on this, let's run this hit piece to try to sabotage things. She could have even got allegedly she could have even got somebody could have even alerted her that that's what they was about to do. They was gonna run another hit piece. And she might have insisted they pull everything because on top of whatever other problems there could have been with attitudes and all of that, there could have been this idea that that movie wasn't going to go nowhere because they was already planning to sabotage it. Yeah, just as I said that Seven of Swords. Yeah, so she might have heard they was planning to you said Eight of Cups, World Reverse, Daughter of Six, Father of Baskets. So it's the King of Cups reverse. Yeah, this was definitely like some kind of almost like actions. I guess it would have made sense at the time, but it was almost like premature. Yeah, you got the Ten of Wands, the Two of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Cups reverse, and Three of Pentacles, Three of Coins reverse, Queen of Wands. Yeah, she was definitely allegedly making moves maybe based on what she was hearing and what was planned. And she thought it wouldn't be a good look. They were going to try to make him look bad and whatever. And so she didn't want to be associated with. She thought for sure they was gonna tank it. And you have to remember too, the critics had see they was all on code. They were all on code with it. The critics had already gave it like 30%, 35%, something like that, something crazy low. So they thought they was gonna run this hit piece out of that other country, trying to refresh criminal doubt around Michael. And the critics were going to get people to not go to it as well. And they was gonna have it was gonna be a wrap. So like I said, if her daughter was gonna be shown, she probably was like, nope, no ma'am, because this about to go down in flames. I don't want nothing to do with it. And they probably thought they was cooking too, because Michael's competition for them. But the way I was picking up beforehand, I think the ancestors got involved. Not for you. Like they wasn't feeling that, and it wasn't going down like that. So yeah, a change in the wind reverse. To be fair, yeah, all that glitters. Co-create reverse. Yep. They thought they was gonna put up some bullshit and tank it. Okay, so where they at with this now? I mean, life restored. mm. Wings of Isis, uniting with the angelic self. We also got healing the divine masculine. Osiris rises. Michael damn sure did rise and was restored. Hear the rattle of Isis playing. His music is everywhere. Soul retrieval. Temple of Carnelian. This is about Sekhmet. This is a card that don't play. Like if it's some injustice or something like that, this comes out, they will be exposed. Also, divine destiny. Yeah. So whatever they had planned was not gonna come out. It didn't work. But yeah, I do feel like I was picking up on some nasty energy, and that's what everybody was picking up on was that bullshit that they was trying to do to sabotage it. I mean, I'm not saying other stuff behind the scenes gonna be going on like some like with the Jackson family or whatever, but I'm telling you, I think it was this. I believe it was the first wife's mama and whoever they had behind them trying to take him down because he's competition to Elvis. And they know time moving on. All right, anything else? I just saw divine time in reverse. Online obsession. Checking socials nonstop, reading into every light, comparing your life to their feed, log off and breathe. Money talk, count the cost. Yeah, she probably think about them coins now. That's what she probably thinking about. Look at this jealousy. Look at that. Yeah, these people getting exposed. Nolan, that situation with Nolan about to be exposed too. It's already coming to exposure with that audio they got now, allegedly. So I'm gonna leave this right here. Y'all take it easy.